Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Friday, July 18th, and we are here talking to you about whatever is going on in your financial life that needs an extra set of eyes and ears on the situation. For many of you, this is a conversation that you probably know a lot of the answers to already. You're looking for some confirmation. Mark and I are both certified financial planners. And just before we came on the air, we were talking about how much we love what we do, how much fun it is to be able to have the privilege of talking to you guys every day, Monday through Friday. And we take it seriously. So if you'd like to come and chat with us, all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note. If you'd like to join us live, check the box. Mark does everything else. He is the best executive producer in the whole wide world. It's also his birthday month, so you have to be really nice to him. All of July will be celebrated for Mark. Okay, today we are talking to John, who is somewhere on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and he is not driving. You're in a rest area. Is that right, John?
That's correct.
Thank goodness. Okay, so the pressure's off. What is going on? How can we help you out?
Well, my wife and I are in our early 60s, and we're really starting to debate whether it's time to go, whether it's not time to go, and whether or not we need a CFP to help us make some of the decisions. We've been pretty good savers. We've got a low mortgage, but we're just not sure what the right time is. Everybody in our peer group seems to say, wait till 70, but we don't want to wait. We're both cancer survivors, and so we're not expecting to live as long as our peers might.
You know, first of all, I think it's great that we have this peer group where we're all talking to each other about whatever's going on. But I also think it's important to take a step back and be like, okay, that's good for them, may not be so good for us. So First of all, how old are you, John, right now? You said you're in your early 60s. So let's do the precise ages. How old are you?
Sure. I'm 63, turning 64 in a couple of months.
Okay. And your wife?
62.
Okay. You're both working full time.
Correct.
How much do you guys earn together?
Together, it's $304,000, and that's not adjusted gross. That's gross.
Okay, I gotcha. And you guys have been putting money away in for retirement for a long time. So tell us about the amount of money you have saved for retirement so far.
Sure. 3 different groups. The 401/403B is $900,000.
Okay. Not been taxed yet, right?
Not been taxed.
Okay.
And the IRAs also not been taxed, and rollover IRAs $713K.
Okay. Great.
We just started doing Roth because I only learned about it last year, and that is only $66,000.
Yeah. And by the way, only last year, and you have $66,000. That's amazing. God, that's great. It's really terrific. So those are your 3 big chunks of money. Are either of you going to be entitled to a pension?
No.
Well, sorry. I mean, there was a little sadness. I saw that sad face. How about money that's not earmarked specifically for retirement, other money that you guys have saved?
We have about $4,000, $5,000 in the checking and our savings account, which is our overflow, like, what do you call that? Balance protection, so that nothing bounces. And then I have an alley account of $25,000, which is, ready to go whenever we need it. And then because I was concerned we didn't have a big rainy day fund, I took out a $100,000 HELOC, which we haven't had to touch except for, significant, like the roof had to be repaired. So
is there anything outstanding on the HELOC right now? Is it that $18,000 or do you paid it off already?
I paid it off already.
Okay. How much is your house worth?
About $750, but of course we would only wind up getting $700 by the time, fees and all that stuff.
Sure. Do you like it? Do you want to stay there?
We really do. It's too big. It costs too much every month, but it's like our little paradise.
All right. Well, let's try to keep you in paradise. Okay. Do you have a mortgage that's outstanding?
Yes, $124,000 at 3.25%, because I know you always ask that.
Love that. Any other assets, rental property, vacation property, something else, a drawer full of crypto, anything out there?
No, I have some collector quarters and half dollars, but that's about it.
That might be worth more melting down for whatever the metal is worth soon. Okay.
I'm afraid so.
Now, here's an interesting thing to consider. If you guys were to call it quits, what are you thinking in terms of health insurance? Like if you said, I want to be done at the end of this year, obviously neither of you is 65. So what would the game plan be for that?
We don't have a plan for that. That's why we thought we might be stuck waiting until 65.
Okay. Um, if you were to look at, it seems to me like you're saving a lot of money and you make,
Yeah.
300 grand, but
Yeah.
do you have an idea of what you actually need to live on? Like not like
Yep.
the basics, everything. Like what are the expenses, do you think?
Yeah, I've got everything in our monthly household budget, including $250 for co-pays, et cetera, but I don't have a, quote, medical plan in there. And that
Okay.
comes just under $11,000 a month.
Because of I'm going to ask you a hard question that is always feels weird to ask, but I'm going to do it anyway because you said you're cancer survivors. Do each of you have a different life expectancy than if you never had cancer? Do you have an actual or is this like, hey, I had thyroid cancer, they got it, I'm done. There's no change to my life expectancy. How do you look at that?
Well, that's the way I look at it, but my wife is actually an oncology nurse.
Oh
And so
gosh, that's bad. Too much information. Very bad.
exactly,
She's looking
exactly.
at like statistically we're screwed, right?
5 years less.
5 years less. Okay. For each of you or for one or the other?
That's the stuff she throws out when we start talking about retirement.
Okay. So does that mean that you would wait? Let me think about this for a second. So if that's the case, then if you worked, say do you hate work right now? I just need to understand like where you are in the life cycle of work.
No, two things. I love my job. I love what I do. It's very hectic. It's 50-hour weeks, but I really enjoy it because I've been doing the same thing for a long time. And most of my clients are
Mm.
really friends. I go to their graduation parties. I, see them for happy hour and at Christmas and things like that. However, my wife is she's getting some burnout in the nursing
Mm.
profession in
Mhm.
oncology, and she's been dealing with the metastatic breast cancer patients who have limited life expectancy. So it's been
Yep.
hard
And
for
that will
her.
certainly cloud your own experience, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yes,
she's a professional and she's also a human being.
that's
Okay.
right.
So is it fair to say that if you could, is it possible that you could stick around till you're 65? So you said that you're going to turn 64 in a few months, that in
Yep.
next year, you're 65, you can actually qualify for Medicare. She'll
Yep.
be 63. So we need to get 2 years of health insurance for her, right?
Yep.
And we'll
Yep.
just go on the exchange to do that. So
Yep.
instead of $11,000 a month, let's presume it's more like $12,000 a month. So,
Yep.
okay. So now what is the Social Security benefit that you're entitled to at your age 67, your full retirement age?
$3,867 before any deductions for Medicare and Part Bs and all
Uh-huh.
that stuff.
Okay. And what about your wife at 67?
That I didn't check, but I'm presuming that it's probably 8% times 2 less, so maybe 16% less than 38 because she makes good living as well.
Okay. So, I mean, it is possible that between the two of you, let's say that you have a couple of years where you need to pull money out of the pre-tax retirement stuff, right? The 401, the 403B, the IRAs, that 1.6 that hasn't been taxed yet. We're going to have to pull money out of that to live on. That's
Yep.
okay. But
Yes.
then we do that for a few years. Then when you are 67, we take a little bit, we don't have to take as much out. When she turns 67, even less. The question is there really enough money saved to float you? Because I think that you'll probably have about half of what you need. You'll have,
Okay.
Say net 6,000 a month. We're talking in today's dollars. Like,
Right.
okay, so I'm just
Right.
going to boil it all down. Like if you needed 12, you'll have 6.
I
Will
do
the
have
money?
one.
Oh,
I do have
yes.
one other thing. There's like a golden parachute if I stick around for 3 years.
Well, tell me more.
It's about 250. Now that would be
Thousand?
Yes,
Hold
pre-tax.
on a second. Hold on a second. How could you forget about that?
Well, I didn't know how to mention it.
That's a beautiful. Okay. So you're saying if you stayed from right now, you're age
Mhm.
63, almost 64, for 3 more years?
Yes, to really to my full retirement age, which is I think the kind of trail that you're moving down.
Yes. And now how does that get paid out, that 250?
Unknown yet. We're still hashing back and forth the narrative and the letter that goes with it.
I love this. Okay. So the reason why that's so fabulous is that your wife will be carried on your insurance for 3 years.
Oh,
That
right.
solves a lot of problems for me,
Yep.
right? She
Yep.
gets to call it quits. She's fried. All right. We do not
Yep.
ask oncology nurses to keep going when they say they're fried. She's
Right.
fried. Okay. So you signed this deal. You now are working till you're 67.
Mm-hmm.
She is on your insurance. When she turns
Yep.
65, she'll register for her Medicare, but she's going to be carried on your insurance until
Yep.
your age 67.
Yep.
Fantastic. This
Okay.
now brings us back to our $11,000 a month.
Okay.
And also, you're saving money along the way for the next few years. Can you
That's
live
correct.
on just your salary? Do you think? What would if you sign this, 3 more years, sign up for 3 more years? How much
Mm-hmm.
are you earning just on your own salary?
My take home brings home only about 6,200, but that's because I'm maxing out the
Mm-hmm.
401k
Yep.
contribution to about 31,000. So what's that do? That's another
So that would be
30,000.
that would be more like 8 grand a month is what you would
Eight,
really take home if
right.
we
So we'd have
stop
a
putting money
three,
away.
right, a 3,000 deficit that we'd have to pull out of a particular retirement fund.
I think that this works really well because
Okay.
what you could do is, again, you're still working. You
Yep.
could pull some money. Because we're going to have to pay tax on this stuff anyway. So you keep
That's right.
working, you pull what you need out of, let's say, the IRAs for all intents and purposes, or whatever
Yep.
we can pull it out of hers, yours, does not matter. You fund
Doesn't.
the gap, does not
Yep.
matter. And then when you get to be 67, you're going to claim Social Security, and then you're
Yep.
going to pull more money out of these accounts that haven't been taxed so that you can pay your bills. Then
Right.
she comes along, she claims her Social Security, same thing. And now
Yep.
we're basically done. And I think that it also relieves me of that little pang that I have, which is I want to make sure you guys are covered because your health is very important and you want to make sure
Yes.
you've got good coverage and the doctors that you like to see. So if you can just stick to your own health care, keep
Mm-hmm.
doing that. I think that this makes a lot of sense. Your bigger question of do you need a certified financial planner? How much do you and your wife like doing this stuff? You're investing on your own, but do you like managing this, or is this something you find interesting or intriguing?
I enjoy it. She does not pay attention when we're doing it, and
Mm.
so I have begun doing some arm twisting and have met with a CFP about having them do that, the snapshot where they
Yes.
give them all the numbers and all that stuff, and it's a
Yep.
few $1,000s. I want to get her involved in there so she has a resource if she doesn't have an answer if I'm not there.
I love that idea. And also
Mhm.
because she is used to being involved in relationships where you need both people like listening, but only you know that only one person is going to grasp the information. You
Right,
need
right.
you need two sets of ears on this and two
Yep.
sets of eyes. You need
Okay.
her to say, babe, I know like when you're talking to patients that either the patient or the spouse is just freaking out, or maybe there's even another person in the room, but like we need both
Yeah.
of us here to just be on top of it and make sure that we're hearing the same thing and
Yep.
understanding what comes next. I'm not
She's very
sure.
familiar with that.
Yeah, I think that to me is really one of the great benefits of starting a relationship and having both people involved. That you just both are on, oh, okay, yes, this does make sense. Also, I think she'll feel, I don't know her, but I think that
Right.
when you're contemplating these big changes, it's really is nice to know that there's another person, a professional involved that is giving you the information you need in the way that you can hear it. If you're working with someone good, that's what they do. They meet you where you are. And so
Okay.
I think it's all doable, John. So
Ah,
yeah, breathe. But I love
Yeah.
the 3-year game plan. When you get the details on the 3-year, like, hey, please stay, John, we love you so much. Here's your 3-year
Yeah.
game plan. It will be interesting to hear from them how that would be payable. So if you want to get back in touch with us about that and just have us
Okay.
weigh in or see how that factors in. But if you're going to be working with a CFP who's going to, grind out some numbers, they will do that as well. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this. I ask everybody, so it's not just
I
cancer
know.
survivors. You got those
I
documents
know.
in place or not?
We have life insurance, but we do not have our wills in place.
Oh my God, you're the worst. You're the
I know.
worst. Come
I knew it
on.
was coming.
Two
I knew it was coming.
cancers. Mark, 2 cancer survivors, no docs. Well, I guess your wife thinks she is going to live forever. Good for her.
There you go.
That's good to know. It's nice. It's tell her that there's it's not like, oh, you magically are put into your estate documents are all done just because you've done this good work of being an oncology
Right.
nurse. You
The
actually
living
have to
will
do it.
doesn't count. Right.
No,
Nope.
no. I mean, I'm sure she's very good at having the document that says pull my plug, but everything else. Do you have adult children?
Yes, they're adults, 30 and 27, and we will wind up helping them at some point because we can't understand how a young person's supposed to get a toehold in the housing market with the way things are currently.
Well, they probably won't. Are they on their own right now? Or are they,
No,
working?
one is out on his own, just kind of, I don't know what you call it, treading water.
Yeah.
And then the other one is at home. His office is upstairs in the guest bedroom, and he's a mad saver.
Oh, that's nice for him. Tell him he is not going to find a partner in life if he lives with his parents for much longer. That's
what I
big
said.
negative. On the swiping sites, lives with mom and dad. No, I mean, you may be the nicest people in the world,
Right.
but really not going to happen. So we got to get him out of there.
I told him there's no cute girls with a good personality rolling through our basement.
That is awesome. All right. So let us know if we can help you out with that other stuff, John. Good luck. And now it looks like you've got a 3-year game plan. It's exciting. And now your wife can retire, which is great for her. If you are like John and his wife and you're thinking about making a big change, you're really not sure, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and let us know if you would be willing to come on the air live so we can have a conversation. It's a lot more fun that way. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And it is Friday, so let's do some business. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Mark Talercio is our executive producer and king of all things web. We are distributed by Odyssey. Please try to lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you on Monday.